Let's move on to a game called News Report. This is going to feature Sandi and Tony in television studio. Sandi is the anchor woman, and Tony is an expert. Out in the field, we'll have Colin as a reporter, if you'd like to go over there, and he'll be interviewing, well, anybody, and those anybodies will be played by McShane. So this is a whole news programme, but it's going to be about a nursery rhyme. So can somebody suggest something like Little Bo Peep or Humpty Dumpty? Something? The Grand Old Duke of York. I'm fairly confident that's a nursery rhyme, so away you go. And away you go when the news music comes in.
Good evening, and welcome to We Know More Than You Do, where we patronise you at peak time. And this evening, a very exciting story. It's a royal story, and with us an expert in the studio. Now, the Grand Old Duke of York been with rather a lot of men, hasn't he?
He's been with rather a lot of men. I think this is the most important point to clarify. The latest reports coming through from Reuters is that he has, in fact, had 10,000 men.
OK, thank you. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to stop you there. We've got one of those 10,000 men. He is exhausted, but he is going to speak to us in the field.
10,000 men. You were one of them. When you were up, and now you're down. How do you feel?
Man, he's a grand old duke and party till you puke. I'll tell you, that guy can go for hours. I mean, I was number 359, and I thought he'd be steaming, but he was still ready to jazz, baby.
OK, back in the studio here, a bit of a comment from the Peerage de Brett's expert.
I think one of the things to bear in mind is that there were points in which he was only halfway up.
OK, lovely. Yeah, we've actually got the farmer who owns that hill, been tramping up and down 10,000 men with the Grand Old Duke of York. How's he feeling?
All right, your entire crops have been trampled by 10,000 men. How do you feel?
Well, I'm planning on taking the crushed wheat and selling it to the Shreddies Corporation.
Thank you very much. Is it one final word?
Well, it's just come through on Reuters again that he is, in fact, going to be rechristened the Grand Old Duke of Pork.
Yes, you heard it here first. We'll be back with more news as it happens.
OK. Right, thank you very much. Put your stools back there. Very, very good indeed. No points, unfortunately. Now we come to a game called Alphabet. This is for Tony and Mike, so if you'd like to come down ready. They're going to act out a scene. I'm just going to set them a little scene. The only difficulty that we're going to give them is they've got to start each line with successive letters of the alphabet. But we don't have to start with A, because I've got a suggestion. L. L. That wasn't just a yelp of pain. Oh, L, not this game. L sounds good, so we've got to get back and do L again at the end for the big finale. And the situation you've got to do is just two surgeons performing an operation and chatting about it.
Lucky sod, you get off this week, huh?
Michael, this is sudden. What causes jealousy?
Nepotism. Ooh! Perhaps your wife doesn't happen to be the best nurse on the hall.
Quite. She isn't.
Really, I thought you had more tact and morals than that.
Silly person. Can't you see that you've just taken out his windpipe?
Oh, tracheotomy time.
That goes under the neck. Under the neck, that goes.
Very good.
Whoa, we've done it.
Oh, the Zibalagoval Ridge seems to be opening up.
Yes, that's right.
Zip that baby up and I'll bust for lunch, okay?
Oh, no, he's dead.
Big deal.
Careless butterfingers.
Dr. Cock Up.
Every time.
Forget it. I'm hungry.
Good, me too.
Hell, let's go to that new salad bar.
I'd rather have a steak.
Well, jam it up my kabaga. I'll have a steak too.
Kaboga, what's that?
A linear tract of the... Forget it.
That's it. That was finished. Very good. Very well done. Particularly a good round of alphabet there. Half a point each. Now we come to a game called March, in which all four competitors are going to make up a song, a march, on the spot. So if you'd like to come down ready to do that. And what I'd like you to do, studio audience, is suggest some type of profession that they can make this up. Banker, I think, has a possibility of a rhyme or two. There'll be penalty points for anything too obvious on this, though, Tony. So can you start, please, Tony, keeping off the obvious rhymes, and away you go.
Oh, fiscal things are sweet to me, in many ways they're honey. Yes, my life centers around lots and lots of money. Oh, money, 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 I don't need wit. To be a banker, you need to be a duplicitous git.
We had a cashier in our bank where she couldn't do any counting, which is really difficult, but she was very good at mounting. So instead of making her into a bank teller, we put her by a lamppost and set up trying to sell her.
I love the feel of money. It's so crisp in banks. I like the smell of dollars, of pounds, of francs. Instrumental.
I'm dating a woman. The woman is a banker. She's damn good to me, and I'd really like to thank her. She lets me make deposits every day and every night. An early withdrawal's a penalty, but for me, it's all right. I've got lots to put in the vault. Just because I'm loaded, it's really not my fault. But I don't think I could find anybody the worst or the best, cause she always charges me with interest.
Very good, well done. Yes. The sadness is that that's the very last game, and totting up the score, I see that Tony Slattery is this week's winner. So well done. A reasonably popular choice there, and the prize for winning is to do the credits in the style of my choosing. And can you do it, Tony, in the style of the world's most enthusiastic person? We'll read the credits in that style. So it just remains for me to thank Mike McShane, Colin Mochrie, Sandi, Toksvig, Tony Slattery, Sally Slattery, yes, Richard Franch, me, Clive Ellison, saying good night. Good night.
Whose line is it anyway? Devised and compiled by Dan Patterson. What a great producer he is! Oh, Mike McShane, he's big. Sandy Toksvig, she's Richard Branch. Oh, what brilliant music! Oh, he's great. Stephen Benderlight, what a fab name! Ah, it's brilliant. Vision makes some Hardy goes. Videotape. Nicole, I can't pronounce that name, but I bet she's got in bed. Oh, production by Tony Ross. Costume designer Joe Thompson. She's a crazy girl. I love her so much. This program's so brilliant. Research and Ryman. Production assistant Nikki Cockcroft. I'll be seeing her later. Oh, designer Graham Story director Chris Bold. Oh, he's so brilliant. This whole brilliant. I'm so happy I'm going to shoot myself.